to a newly launched Autism Charter at a ceremony held in Liverpool Chamber of Commerce in a bid to become one of the first autism-friendly cities in the UK. Now please welcome to the stage Julie Simpson from Autism Adventures and Head Steward at Goodison Park, Nigel Bennett. Come on guys, come and join us. Welcome to the Fan Zone, Nigel and Julie, of course. Julie, I'll ask you first before I talk to Nigel about the great work that you guys do here. Tell us about Autism Awareness Month.
Autism Awareness Month is a UN-backed awareness. Autism Awareness Month is a UN-backed awareness campaign to get people to be more autism friendly. There's no visual signs for autistic people. We've been out today giving flags and wristbands to all the kids. So what we want to ask them is, if you see someone in your school or maybe in your football team who you think might act a little bit strange or they might have no friends or that, the chances are they might be autistic. So what we're asking the kids, especially today, is to be more aware of what autism is and to be a little bit more understanding to all the kids, like my son and like Jen's son and Carol's daughter, who do have autism, because there's no visual traits of it. So that's why we're raising awareness today, so that you'll have more understanding of it.
That's fantastic. Tell us about the work that you do with Everton and the community, or that Everton and the community does with the Autism Awareness Programme.
We've done a lot of training with the stewards so that they're able to identify what autism is, and we run a pilot scheme on the West Ham game where we brought a child who'd never been to a game, and he was able to go down the hub. Then he was escorted up, he didn't have to go through the turnstile, and he went to his first match with his dad, so that was great.
That's really special. How did he find the experience then? Was it still a little bit intimidating for him?
No, it was really good.
Good. That's what we like to hear. Now you've just informed me, Nigel. He's like, I'm not head steward, I'm chief steward. So chief steward Nigel, tell us about the work that Julie is obviously and the company has done with you to recognise autism.
Yeah, thanks very much for that. I'm not precious about being chief steward, but it's something I've worked hard for over many years. I first met Julie back and Jen and colleagues back in December of last year. It was something that was approached by our Deputy Chief Executive, Denise Barrett-Baxendale, to get engaged and basically to understand, as Julie said, about autism and how that affects us. We're conscious at Everton Football Club that this complements the work that the good work that we already do in terms of our equality and disability awareness in terms of mental ill health and that. So we set about at the early part of this year to engage with our head stewards initially to come on board and to understand, and as Julie says, to make us aware. Our stewards on a match day, as you're probably well aware, we have a term here that they're not just a steward. They're very often the front-facing people that you see every day when you come to the game, and we want to make sure that our stewards are well equipped to be able to understand these issues that we face, and to give our fans the best experience that they possibly can have when they come to Goodison Park, and indeed when we go on our travels as well, because we send stewards away to away games, and many of you may well have seen our stewards there.
Now Julie, anyone who has got an autistic child or teenager or adult, how would you help them, or what would you advise them to do when coming to a busy thing such as a game at a stadium?
If they're going to bring a child with autism or an adult with autism, what they'd be best doing is if they contact the ground before they're coming, so that they can tell them that they've got someone with them, and then the stewards will be able to know where to take them and how to get them into the ground without having to go through turnstiles, because a lot of it's through sensory issues. They don't like noise and that. So it's being a pilot scheme at the minute. It's getting rolled out. It'll be advertised in the programmes once it gets rolled out, and then if they contact the club, they'll be able to help them.
Nigel, is that you're going to obviously help everyone who needs help, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And as we touched on just then, our head stewards around the stadium have had that training, and we are certainly intending, and we will be rolling out that programme across to all of our stewards over the coming months and into next season. I'm mindful of the fact that there are people out there at the moment who are probably maybe experiencing that, and just to echo what Julie said is, please, if you're approaching Everton Football Club, don't be hesitant in giving us that information. We're here to support you, here to help you, and as I said before, we want to give every single person out there the best experience that when you come to Goodison, and these sort of initiatives that we're engaging with can only help towards achieving that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us. Well done for the great work that you're obviously all doing together. Massive round of applause for Julie, the other ladies from Autism Awareness, and of course for Chief Steward Nigel Bennett. Thank you for joining us in the fan zone. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of music now. As I said, use your hashtag EFC fan zone to